Start the recording. We need to go live.
We're
I know
literally live right now, Cody.
that's why I started it that way. I was waiting for it. Hey guys, welcome to the Joey Matterhorn live stream. Welcome. My name is Cody. I am joined by Jordan. How are you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing all right today. Yesterday was pretty rough, but today I'm doing pretty good.
Yesterday was the rough one. Why was yesterday rough? Oh,
blew my
tell the
tire
story.
out on the highway.
Not a fun time. Go figure. Were you actually on the highway when you blew it?
No, I was on an off ramp getting off the highway. So I was coming up, I was hitting construction right at an off ramp, and I was like, I'm just gonna hop over to the belt line and either ride the belt line for like 2 more exits and then hop back on, or just take it all the way home. And as I was getting off, I just heard like a poof like that, and I was like, oh no, that ain't good, and pulled off on the side. I have roadside assistance. I mean, like I kind of discussed earlier, I can change a tire, but I didn't want to. Oh, wait. Oh.
It's the man himself.
It's the man himself, Joey.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
don't hate.
You're going to have to turn Joey down a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what?
Turn you down a little bit, Joey. You see on the right side of the screen where it's got like your image, and there's like a little slider there next to the mute in the video. Yeah, there we go. It looks like
something. Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
First of all, nobody puts Joey Matterhorn in the corner, so let's get that straight.
Put him in the middle, Cody. Oh wait, I'm in the studio. How do I do that?
No, we got it.
Did I do it okay?
Get him in here.
Yeah, you're doing it. It looks good. Got you here. You sound good.
All right.
Happy to finally have you on for one.
I probably have 15, 20 minutes, just so you know. I got 12:30 appointment. I got to go to the bathroom, and I held it just so I could actually get on here for you guys. So sorry about that.
We're honored, Joe. We're honored.
All right, where do you want to start?
How we're talking about
that was kind of the thing that I really want to talk to him about. Do you have anything else you want? I wanted to get his thoughts on the show.
Yeah, hit him with the show. Just to intro for everyone who's at home listening right now, Joey Matterhorn, Joey himself, he was at Affiliate Summit East last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is one of the biggest Affiliate Summit events. We talked about it on last week's show. We talked about it this show the week before, kind of what you do for events. But give us a rundown of the show. What was your experience?
Sure. So for myself, I always like to get to the trade shows a little bit early because the shows themselves are busy. So I like to take in New York. So I get there on Saturday. The show doesn't start till Monday. I have a daughter that lives in Beacon, which is an hour and a half away. Her and her husband met me in New York. We walked through Central Park. I got to see, every time I go to New York, I have to go to Central Park to see Strawberry Fields just because it's so freaking, I'm waiting for the time I go there and someone's not playing a musical instrument singing Beatles songs. Every time I go, they're playing. So
oh my God.
Cool. My meetings were going to start Saturday night. A lot of people have the same theory. They're like, let's get there early. But a couple guys, because there were floods in New York, it was late. So they didn't actually get there. My flight was supposed to get there Friday. I had got canceled till Saturday. And a lot of people that were getting there Saturday got canceled till Sunday. Now, when I got to New York, it was completely dry. No problems, no nothing. But apparently, whatever happened on Wednesday, Thursday caused Delta cancel my flight is what it is. But
were you flying into that one airport that's been having all the issues? Isn't the one in Newark or something like that? Isn't one of the airports the one that's like shutting down or has like the air traffic control issues?
I don't know about that, but I flew into Newark, and I know that United had some issues, I think, out of Newark, which is actually in New Jersey. LaGuardia and JFK are in New York City. But believe it or not, where Newark is, it's actually closer to get to the show because you're just going, not that much traffic, Lincoln Tunnel, boom, you're pretty much at your hotel. So it's kind of nice. I actually like flying into Newark better. Seems to be cheaper, less crowded, yada. But I don't know anything about, any future issues. I just know about, hey, whatever happened that Saturday. So I flew out of LaGuardia Wednesday morning. But so Sunday, I had breakfast with Dan and my daughter. We brought all the stuff to the show. The Affiliate Summit is an actual expo, so there was a couple hundred booths, and we were one of them.
I was going to say we did a booth, right? What did you guys all have for the booth?
Yep, we had our 8 different products that we were promoting. We had our software products, our affiliate network, our Apollo warm-ups, email warm-up service, online lead exchange, Validiform, lander page, things like that. We basically had a banner of 8 things. and people would approach us about different things. We were just outside the show, so you couldn't get in the show unless you walked by us. So we had a lot of foot traffic, got a lot of cards, got a lot of contacts. And the main thing is that when you sponsor the booth, you get everybody's contact information after, so you're able to make contact with them after the show. The show is an absolute zoo. I like to go to the show and find 5 or 10 things at the show that are interesting and have conversations, but I have an auditory issue where, like, there's so much noise around me and I'm trying to talk to you. I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's, a mental illness. My daughter thinks it's some form of
ADD.
No, what's the other one? Not dyslexia. What's it called?
Like audioplasia or something like that.
What's the other thing for Asperger's? You're going to kill me when you hear the word.
Autism?
Autism. Yeah, she thinks I have some form of autism. That's an auditory issue. She's a nurse, so I don't know if she's just trying to mess with me because she does stuff
it's a spectrum. We're all probably on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've always said about it. It's like, it's something that everyone has. It's just how much do you have it?
Yeah, I can believe it. Well, we're some version of. Can we cuss, by the way, or no?
Yeah, we do. We don't mean
we
to.
Do. We try to keep it low.
Kind of fucked up version of ourselves. You know what I mean? Something's fucked up in every one of us. So
exactly. We all got our sparkle, right?
Yeah. So long story short, I had 10 probably really good contacts. One of them is a coupon site we're going to build. This company has 4,000 companies and 150,000 coupon codes for all the major companies like Macy's promo codes. So you build a coupon site, you drive traffic to the coupon site for people that are looking for coupons and discounts. And then if they click on Macy's, you can click a button and it'll display all the promo codes. Our API will ping their API and it will display all the promo codes that Macy's has that are current. So this company scrapes all the promo codes across the internet and puts it into one API key. I thought that was beautiful because people are looking for discounts and coupons all the time. So if we build a coupon site, run ads to it, create a Facebook group for 4,000 coupons and discounts, and then we gather subscribers, name, email, phone number. We'll build a badass email list, a badass text messaging list for a coupon site that will allow us to, we could probably get 10,000 subscribers a day to that coupon site. And then right now, man, I wish I had it done because right now back to school is super popular. Mm-hmm. If we texted out all the back to school codes, we'd probably make 20 grand just in one text message because of how many people are buying back to school stuff. Heck, even if it was just from Amazon. You can take their promo codes and put it on Macy's Amazon store. So they click on the Amazon link, they put in your code, they buy it from your link, you get the affiliate commission because they're buying it from your site. And man, of course, it's, today's the first day of school down here in Cape Coral, so we already missed it. So we got to build it. And we'll think of other things to do with it. Black Friday, there's going to be a million things for Black Friday to build a coupon site for.
Yeah.
So that's one. And they had a booth there, and I ran into them. And met them and just chatted with them. And that's one of the reasons you go. I never would have met them without the show. But walking through that show, I picked up one idea that's going to make us a massive amount of money giving coupons to people that need them because everybody needs coupons. You can run all kinds of ads on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat. Everybody's looking for coupons and discounts. We're going to develop a site. By the way, what's that?
Sorry, you were going there, and I want you to keep going and finish that thought. But I just had like a follow-up question, kind of, to what you're talking about here.
Okay, you want me to finish it, motherfucker, or do you want to interrupt me again?
I didn't. I stopped myself. I didn't interrupt you.
This is. I heard a noise and the lips. I
heard a gap.
It's okay. I understand. I completely understand. Let me just finish it super quick though. That when you have when you go to the show and you're surrounded by people that are just like you. So there's all this information that comes at you, and it just gives you all these great ideas. Like I've been wanting to build a coupon site for a long time. I ran into a company called Ad Media a long time ago that gave me the idea of like, hey, Jimmy Choo. Someone goes to Google and they want to type in Jimmy Choo promo codes. And you can be the site that's there to give them the promo code and have them buy for your site. So I've been looking to build a coupon site, but they only do it with the 200 brands that they're associated with. This company does it with 4,000 brands and only charges $2.99 per month per brand. So if you want to have 500 brands on your site, yeah, it's going to cost you $1,500 a month. That's just the cost of doing business because you're going to get so much traffic to your site. Then when someone clicks on one of those for the promo code, I mean, can you imagine? Here's how the flow goes. You run an ad to gain a subscriber. And if you run an ad to gain let's just hypothetically say it's 50 cents a subscriber. You spend $10,000 or $5,000 a day. It's going to generate 10,000 people to it. But of those $5,000 that you're spending, how many people are going to are coming to your site right now to find a promo code to buy something right now? So you might make $1 to $2 per person coming to your site getting a promo code. So your $5,000 arbitrages to $10,000, but you're building your list at the same time for future texting and emailing. So if you have 300,000 people in 1 month that you can send a text to about back to school, can you imagine your return on investment for people that are needing for promo codes for all the stuff that they have to buy anyway that they can buy on your site for a discount? So yeah, that was one idea from the trade show that I happened to find simply because I was walking around the show because I was there.
Yeah. And I feel like it's worth noting, definitely here on this level, Joe, you have so much experience with the affiliate industry. You know a lot of these things. So when he is talking about, we're going to send out SMS, we're going to be able to generate these leads for 50 cents. A lot of people are going to wonder, like, okay, where are you running your ads? How are you going to be running those ads? And those are the skills that you build up with Joey Matterhorn. Those are the high level things that you are kind of able to figure out. You get this idea of, okay, coupon sites. If I have an audience that's interested in coupon sites and I bring them to my website, they click on a coupon, I get paid X amount. Well, now you need to come up with a whole flow and ideate all that. And that's what Joe is doing at these shows, is he comes in with these high level ideas and he communicates them to his team, which are people like me, Jordan, a bunch of other people. And to be fair, we have to look at those crazy ideas and be like, how the hell are we going to make that into an actual website for us? Like, oh my goodness, you're talking about 500 brands. How are we going to get those on a web page?
It can be a fun challenge.
Yeah, exactly. No, but Joe, I had this thought. A lot more deals seem to happen when you're not on the floor of these shows. I feel like when you're outside of the shows, when you're going to the after parties, when you're having those closed door meetings, that's where a lot of the action actually happens. You get good introductions on the floor, but usually you want that introduction, you want to take it off the floor to actually solve something. Is that your experience? Like, what's your experience with outside of the show itself?
So to me, it's kind of 50-50. 50% of the stuff happens in the show, 50% happens outside the show. And I know that's a little generic answer, but let me give you an example. So the show goes from noon to 6 and everybody's there. And half the time they're meeting you and they're saying, hey, let's meet up after. Or last year, I met people in the show that have now reached out to me saying, hey, let's meet up before. Because when you have those interactions and you have that history, like I walk around, this is going to sound stupid, but I walk around with my badge turned around so people can't see my name because I don't want to be stopped while I'm just walking around by some random schmo who's like, hey, I know you or I know your company and I want to, I don't have time. There's only 6 hours. You got to get through that thing pretty darn quick. So 50% of the time in the show, it's very productive. 50% of the time outside of the show is very productive. For example, there's 2 meetups that I go to every year, the mailer meetup and the SMS meetup. Mailer is for emailers, SMS is for texters. By the way, Cody, little segue. 2014, I did my very first training. I was getting very good at Facebook ads in the newsfeed. So I wanted to train my family on how to do it. I called my sister, my kids, even my ex-wife came to this class because I learned some really good skills and I wanted to help people. I created this course that I dumbed down to make it as simple as possible. And then I tried to think to myself, what have I forgotten and what does someone not know? Because I'd already been in the industry 6 years plus 20 years of business. So I was trying to really dumb it down. And I got to the point where I said, all you got to do is now take your affiliate link and put it here and you're good to go. And somebody raised their hand and they go, what's an affiliate link? I was like, oh my God, I didn't dumb it down dumb enough. Like, in other words, like I forgot that people don't really sometimes know what an affiliate link is. So to everybody who's going to watch this, I apologize. I don't mean to talk over everybody's head. I forget what you don't know. Just imagine if you're and I'm just going to say this, like, let's say you're a NASA scientist. How are you going to be able to explain something to somebody on how a rocket works? Also, you really literally have to say, you just press this button and the engines fire and you take off. You have to dumb it down that bad because they're not going to understand all the intricacies. I have a server. Our server administrator is a company called Elite Force Marketing. And the guy who runs its name is Sean. He's so highly intelligent. When he writes down these paragraphs of stuff, and he says, the SQ to the 5916 thing that's broke, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, English. And he goes, it's working. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he's saying. I don't understand it. So I don't mean to talk over everybody's head. So if I do, you guys can catch me. You guys can ask questions.
Beautiful thing about this podcast, Joe, is like you can come in with the things that may be over someone's head, and then us on the pod that gives us things to talk about when you're not here. We can break that down, put it into easy bite-sized bits of information for people to take in. So.
Perfect.
And I think that's really valuable for people to get because honestly, Joe, one of your greatest skills that I've experienced like working for you is your charisma and ability to speak. Like you've got that knowledge, you've got that high level of like, hey, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this coupon site. We have the ability, if we run ads, we can draw this and do this and email and SMS and blah, 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 blah. That's going to overwhelm someone who's brand new. But I've been with you for a couple of years now, and I'm getting it. When you say those things, it makes sense to me. And I'm like, okay, this is what he's picturing. This is what he's imagining. And I think everyone who's kind of starting their marketing journey, you're probably really overwhelmed. But if you're getting into it and you maybe run some affiliate traffic, you know what a network is. You're like, okay, wait. This coupon place just sounds like an affiliate network. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, what an affiliate network is and kind of what they function as, how they work. So that's what this coupon place is. They're functioning like that. You're grabbing affiliate links from them to place on your pages. When we're talking about APIing, we're just hosting an iframe of what they actually have displayed on their back end. You're going to get that knowledge built up over time.
And actually, I'm glad you said that because what you just said was actually wrong. So let me re-explain it. So they're not an advertiser. They're not a network. They're a software company. They provide a software that they don't own anything, but they have created a software that grabs 4,000 major brands like Macy's, Marshalls, and they have found 150,000 coupon codes. And they've created a back office where we can go in from our store and ping their software and go, okay, someone's on my store wanting to buy something from Marshalls. Are there any Marshalls coupon codes? We ping them. They say, yes, there is. Here they are. And then it's called a feedback loop, and it feeds us back through an API call, and we can display it on our site however we want to. However, we have to have the Marshalls affiliate link through Commission Junction or some other network to actually say, okay, here's the promo code and here's the link it will work on. Does that make sense? So we have to build the whole thing. They're just a software that allows us access to codes. So those codes as a teaser to get people to our site.
So we need to create the links that automatically place the codes and get the affiliate account signed up on our own end with Macy's in order to make that money, right?
Yep, so here's the process, just to give it to you. We build a coupon site. Then we say, okay, let's go to Commission Junction or Share a Sale or Rakuten and all these different companies that have affiliate links for e-commerce from big brands. Mm-hmm. And then we say, okay, of the 4,000 sites, there are 500 of these brands are right here in these three networks. We go to them and we say, here's what we're going to do, Mr. Network. We're going to run an ad to get a person to buy your products on our store, which you have affiliate links for. It might pay 10% commission. So Commission Junction might pay 10% on Macy's. So we create the user, we get the user to our site. That's our job. That's the ads we run, the Facebook groups, the texting, the emailing, the ads, all the paid media to get them to our site. And we might run, we might run a Facebook ad that says over 4,000 brands and 150,000 promo codes on our coupon site. Subscribe here. Someone clicks on the site, they go to our site, they fill out name, email, phone number. Now we have their email for emailing, we have their phone number for texting. We could even call them if we want to with our call centers. But once they fill that out, we're going to ask them questions. What are you here to get coupon codes for? And they're going to pick Macy's. They're going to type it in a search engine. We're going to create a search block on our site that will pull it. And if they say Macy's, then there's two things that will happen. We will, one, ping Commission Junction to display all the Macy's links. And two, ping the promo code company to display all the promo codes that they can use on those links. And the consumer will see and go, oh, I wanted to buy that dress. 10% off. There's the promo code. Promo code, click, bought the dress. We make 10%. So in other words, it's a bigger build out than just using their coupon site because they don't have a coupon site. We built the coupon site. They have the promo codes, the rewards, the promos. They have their product. Costs $3 per month per brand. And you have to have a minimum of 50 brands. So it's $150 a month just to get started with them. But we might start bigger since we always think bigger. We might start with all 4,000 for all I know, because at a higher purchase, you get a bigger discount. So it might only cost $4,000 a month, which again, not trying to sound arrogant, is not that, you know, I don't know. I just
when we're at this level, it's not as much money.
Right. Yeah. When we're an 8-figure company, $4,000 a month, you look at it and go, that's not a $4,000 a month cost. That's a $4,000 a month investment. That's going to make us $100,000, because if we could display all 4,000 promo codes on our site with 150,000 promo codes, and then we can drive, and we have so much data. Remember, we generate or list manage 1 million records a day, 1 million people a day. We either generate those leads, buy them on a ping tree, or have revenue shares with that. So when you have that level, I'm thinking in my head, well, of those 1 million people, sorry, a little crack in the voice there, of those 1 million people, how many of them want coupons and discounts? I'd say 900,000 of them, if not more. Dude, I just went yesterday, and I look for promo codes in my stuff. Like, it's going to sound stupid, but I don't need them, but I want them. Who wants to overpay for anything?
Yeah. I mean, we do the exact same thing. This is, hey, small business tip right now. When we order our small business cards, we sign up for a new account and we go search for promo codes, and we get discounted business cards every time we order business cards.
Absolutely.
Because we can, 100%. I think there's an extremely great opportunity there to save some money. We don't necessarily need it. We're going to earn more of that profit, but it gives us a bigger profit margin. And we're also kind of able to save our customers some money, which is
on Friday, nice. I went to Valvoline to get my oil changed. I'm in the checkout and I go, VIOC coupons. Let me find, you got any coupons, sir? I'm like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. And I search on my phone. I pulled up $15 off my coupon. I mean, It's so, when I was young, I was 24 years old, my first marriage, and my now ex, used to go, hey, go up to the grocery store, and here are all the coupons. And I was like, I don't want to be bothered with them. And she looked at me. She's like, what do you mean? We were broke. I just didn't want to be bothered with them. Now I do pretty well. And I'm looking for them on a phone. I'm holding the guy up for 5 minutes while I'm searching for a damn promo code, because now who wants to overpay? These promo codes and these coupons add up. When you look at everything you buy from grocery stores, I mean, you can save $100 a week. That's $5,000 a year. To a person who makes $80,000 a year, that's 13% of your, whatever that is, 6% of your income. That's still substantial. There's your retirement. If you actually use those promo codes, you could invest the difference of coupons and retire in 30 years, of course. But you guys kind of all get the point. Anyways, so coupon sites are gigantic. With those gigantic, there's a guy named Neil Patel. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. I think you guys probably have, because I've quoted him before. Most people on the internet have heard of him, but if you haven't heard of him, he talks about tangible, accessible markets, TAM. And I think about this all the time because he labeled something I've always believed in. I could never really put it into words, but I used to tell people, guys, when we build Jojo Java, 200 million people drink coffee. We need 100,000 of them to drink our coffee. Now that sounds like a lot of people, and it is, but if you generate 1 million leads a day, that's 1/10 of one day if you think of it like that. And all I'm getting at is that if you know that half the country drinks coffee and we have 1 million records a day, then theoretically half of those people, 500,000, drink coffee. They're already drinking coffee. We just have to shift their coffee buying patterns to us. So we're coming up with some pretty creative things to catch their attention, really creative ads. We're going to have a Jojo Java commercial where someone drinks it. The heavens part, Jesus comes down, hands them some coffee, and it's like saves their life. It's going to be funny and it's going to be memorable. I'm probably going to get killed by some religious wacko, but the point I'm getting at is that they'll remember it in their mind. But 100,000 people drinking my coffee makes me $30 million a year. Now, if you look at that, wow, that's fantastic. But 100,000 into 200 million is 1/1000th of 1%. It's a very small thing. So if you look at large markets, you want to pick large markets to market in and bring your brand. You don't want to develop these little niches. Niches are good for niche things. But if you want, I've never seen, I could be wrong here, but most people make their money in the mass by marketing to large markets. Credit repair. 178 million people need credit repair, have something wrong with their credit. It's a large market. It's 1 out of every 2 people. Renters to homeowners, tremendously large market. Income tax returns, incredibly large market. People filing bankruptcy, large markets. Coffee, large markets. Guess what the next large market is? coupons and discounts, baby. We're going to build a really big coupon and discount site. We're going to gather subscribers. We're going to provide a tremendous value, which is saving money. And we're going to remarket to people pretty much daily. Hey, here's your new coupon codes for Macy's. Here's your new coupon codes for, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, whoever they are, because I guarantee they're buying crap all the time, right? People buy stuff all the time. Why not buy it through our promo codes and our affiliate links if we're providing them the links in the code and make the money?
Yeah. I don't want to interrupt. Sarah in the comments has called me the king of interruption. So that's really sitting on me pretty heavy right now. But I do want to address in the comments, we have Ali asking where he can sign up and become a member. I'm not entirely sure if Ali is referring to the coupon system that someone had told you about, or if he's referring to what we're going to be setting up. If he's referring to what we're going to be setting up, it's not in place yet. Joe, I don't know if you want to plug whomever had told you about their system that they have. If you don't, we understand that. But if you do want to sign up for the Joey Matterhorn tool belt, which we haven't talked on too much here today, but it is something we've talked on in the past, feel free to jump over to the link at the bottom here, joeymatterhorn.com. Check it out, get signed up, and yeah, we can really help you out with that. Sorry, that was my little plug.
Ali, is he watching or listening right this very second?
Yes.
Is it
not 100% sure? So we can't see 100% who's live. We do got some people in here having some good conversations though, which is super nice.
Okay. Well, let me say it like this.
Let's say it if they are.
My whole entire life, I have been asked to train people, and it's very frustrating for me. This is going to sound horrible, by the way. It's going to make me sound like a total asshole, but I don't mean it to. But I just don't have the patience. When I'm like, hey, log into your email. No. Pass. No. Oh, dude, kill me. Literally, it drives me crazy. But I have a lot of information to give people. So I created some software products like LanderPage, Validiform, and I will show people how to make money doing videos, how to make money running ads, how to make money going and creating a Facebook group. I'll give you a quick little blurb, and you guys can take this blurb and do what you want with it. When you have a Facebook group, there are 3 questions that you can ask at the beginning. Those 3 questions are your gold. You can ask people, let's say it's a residence group. We're creating a residence group for reviews. Cape Coral Reviewed. I live in Cape Coral, Florida. We're going to create a site called Cape Coral Reviewed. What we're going to do is that the first question that we're going to ask is, do you live in Cape Coral? You better, or you're not getting in the group. Second question is, please enter your email address. We'd like to email you a quick questionnaire to get you entry into the group. And then the third question is are you a business owner or are you a resident who's coming here to find out reviews about Cape Coral businesses? Those 3 questions are going to make me $10,000 a month, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, there's 250,000 people in Cape Coral. We're going to get all their email addresses. So we're going to be able to email them time after time. Facebook's algorithm is not friendly. You do a post in a group of 100,000 people in a group, let's say 5,000 people see it. 5,000 is a lot out of 100,000 if you're in Facebook group. Facebook just shows you enough to keep you coming back to Facebook to get you to run paid ads and answer ads, and we all know their business model. It's lucrative, but it's anti-business friendly. If you want to pay for it, they're happy to take your money and show your ads, but you want to get organic traffic? However, there is an algorithm. Facebook's promoting groups because of that whole problem with Cambridge Analytica and all the different ways of gathering data. They had to figure out ways for people to give their information freely. So guess what? Join a group. Hey, if you're join a pickleball group, you're probably interested in pickleball. If you join a Make Money Online group, you're probably interested in making money online. So the more groups you join, the more it can compile a good advertising profile for you. You're giving them your information for free. They're compiling it and serving you better ads. People go, well, I don't want that to be done. Well, guess what? You're going to get served ads. Do you want to serve ads that you like or ones that you don't like? I mean, one way or another, you're getting served ads. Facebook had toyed with the idea of like $20 a month for no ads. A lot of people said they'd pay it, but I don't know if they're going to do it because their advertising revenue, I think they make $52 per year per person or something like that. So I don't think they're getting rid of that idea. However, $20 a month is $240 per year. So maybe they will get rid of it. But all I'm getting at is in the Facebook group, those 3 questions, tag who you are. You can now email that person because you're going to email them a survey that 1 is going to make you money. 2 is going to whitelist your email domain. And if you have a LanderPage subscription, we'll show you how to email. Email marketing. $7.5 billion in industry in 2023 will be $30 billion. Email is going nowhere but up. It is not going away. Everyone's like, oh, Gen Z, millennials don't answer emails. Yeah, they do. Not all of them, just like anything else, not all of them. Cody can't get him to answer his phone. Guess what? It's calls. He ain't answering his phone. Sorry,
answering phones is different. I think emails are definitely really important, though, because I'll be real. I have noticed the importance of email more and more, like as I've aged. I remember when I was like first a teen and I was getting like growing up, I grew up with the technology. So I had, 5, 6, 7 different emails that I signed up for between like being 16 and 20 years old. And now at this point in my life, like I'm down to 1 or 2 Gmails that I'm using plus a work email. And I tie a lot of different information to those emails. So like my Gmail has my phone number and it has my address and it has my credit card attached to it. Like all of that is attached to my Google account. So like when I get an email in my main Gmail, I check it every single time, even for the things that I sign up for. And if you're a brand, like I want to call out Comfort here because I think Comfort's an amazing brand and they're doing really well right now. They're a sweatpant brand. I love their emails. Their emails are always new drops. Here's our new like limited edition thing. Here's our pre-order price. Here's a discount. It's not really, really bad. It's not hitting me every single day, every hour of the day. It's a pertinent email that I actually care about. And I think that's what Gen Z hates. That's what the younger generation hates, is when we're getting hit with emails that we don't agree to or we don't want. And that's when we don't open. But if you're a brand and you're actually out here providing value, you're going to get opens. Like it's going to happen. I don't think email's going anywhere either.
Yeah. So anyways, email. And right now, here's the thing. Here's a very interesting, whatever you want to call it, information from Affiliate Summit. Emailers, back in, in the 90s when email first came around, if you guys remember, you probably weren't even born. So they used to be like these forwarded email threads, right? Like, hey, here's the joke of the day. And there'd be 7,000 emails on it. Well, people used to use that to extract emails, thinking that was the only way they could do it. And there was no CAN-SPAM Act. There was no nothing. So people would grab that shit and spam the shit out of it. And in 2003 or something like that, the CAN-SPAM Act came out, which made things like, hey, who are you? Are you sending the right thing? Do you have the unsubscribe list? They came up with rules and laws. And thank God they did, because it was the Wild Wild West before that. But to my remembrance, to my recollection, I don't think Gmail was even around in 2003. I don't think Gmail came around until 2007, 8, or 9. And the reason I'm bringing that up is that it used to just be Yahoo, Hotmail. Yahoo used to charge $20 a month in 1996 to have an email, or 1994. It used to cost to have an email. And then Hotmail came out, and they had 12 million people sign up the first day for free. And everybody left. He was about to leave Yahoo and AOL. So AOL was first, Yahoo second, Verizon, some TLDs and GIs came around in cable domains. And then, of course, because if you had Comcast, you had a Comcast.net email, because you couldn't get into your Comcast without it. And they got a lot of people's information. And that was a cable domain. Yeah. So long story short, I'll pivot to the future, where I'm basically saying that it used to be very easy to email. Now it's very hard. You have to have a good domain reputation. You have to have a good IP reputation. With AI, every single big emailer that was at the show was crying. And I'm like, well, why are you crying? Well, they were what we call Yahoo legacy emailers. They had a lot of Yahoo data it was legacy, it was old, and they were emailing it. Well, Yahoo got smart and said, well, listen, we're not going to let these bastards in anymore. We're going to put up all these protections. We're going to audit your domain. And all these guys were taking shortcuts, but they were used to it because it worked for 20 years. But now they're crying the blues. Mike Scheibar, who's my rep at Zeta, literally Zeta Global, big email company, big software company, big affiliate network. They own eBay's CRM. They own Discuss or Discus, whatever that software. They own a lot of crap. Live Intent, which, by the way, we're going to get Live Intent. We're going to partner with Live Intent, because Live Intent is ads that you can put in your email newsletter to make money on your email newsletter. Live Intent
is that the feed?
It is a CPC feed. Yeah, it's a display feed that you put. They give you code. You put it in your email. They look at your newsletter. They make sure the newsletter matches the content. Then you send the emails, and Live Intent is where you make some money on those clicks. So it's always great to connect with Mike. He's an OG in the industry, and I always enjoy lunch with him. And I had lunch with him, and he told me, the reason I'm telling you the story is he told me his biggest 3 emailers, guys doing $600,000 a month, are completely out of business. Like literally can't inbox at all, because they don't know what they know what they're doing, But what they're doing is a shortcut. They're not like taking someone who goes to a website and subscribes and emailing them. They're just grabbing data and emailing it randomly. They are the definition of spammer. You know, spammer. Let me just get this out here, because a spammer to me is somebody who's you're receiving email on something you didn't want. If someone's sending you that email, you're a spammer. So when someone subscribes, like let's say you go to a personal loan or a payday loan site and you fill out your information, you receive an email on that. That's not spamming. You're getting what you signed up for. Email newsletters, you're getting what you signed up for. Like that's why the Facebook groups are so important. That's why Group Success Academy and all the people that ever join the Joey Matterhorn membership. The membership is really there to train you how to use our software. You can use what we use every single day. And it's super cheap, $99 to $299 a month. And we'll show you everything, including how to come to the live seminars that we're going to have where we'll show you how to use it. And I'm telling you that story simply because like a Facebook group could be your road to riches. Number one, it's free to start. You can add you can ask the 3 questions. You can use a software, a plugin called Group Leads, costs $57. That gets your information from the 3 questions into your lead branch. Lead branch is your lead management system, costs you $49. Again, these things cost a little bit of money because you got to have somewhere to send your leads. If you don't send your leads anywhere, where are they going to go? They're just going to sit in the back office of those Facebook questions. You're not going to know how to make money from them. But if you can take those 3 questions, let me give you Cape Coral reviews. Let me just finish this because I got to go soon. I'm actually over my time frame.
Yeah, I was curious.
Cape Coral Reviewed is a website that we're building that's going to show all the different businesses in Cape Coral and let people who live in Cape Coral review them. When they review them, that will help Cape Coral Reviewed get to the top of the search engine rankings when someone searches that business in Cape Coral. That will get more visitors to go to the site to check out the restaurants like Fishtails, Lobster Lady, and the unique restaurants down here, because they will Google that restaurant. They will find our site going, oh, Cape Coral Reviewed. There's 89 reviews. They can click on it. They can leave a review, but of course they have to register with Google. That gives us their name, email, phone number to be able to email them other businesses in Cape Coral that have been reviewed that they may be interested in because they're signing up for it. And we're going to do all of this through Facebook groups. We're going to create a group called Cape Coral Reviewed. We're going to gather subscribers for free. We're going to have people join, invite their friends. They're going to send us an email. They're going to give us their email. We're going to send them an email. They're going to reply to it with all the questions that we have. That's going to warm up the IP address. That's going to warm up the domain. It's going to allow us to inbox for the future. And they're going to be able to check out the site and list their business if they want to. And oh, by the way, 92% of all businesses need some type of help with their marketing, whether it's content to actually show up on Google Maps, whether it's content to show up on a specific keyword of what their business does, whether it's social media, whether it's ads, whether it's texting, email, lead management system. Do you have any idea how valuable your customer database is? I have taught my wife, who owns Glowing Results Skin Spa in Cape Coral, Florida. She has 250 customers. She sends out 1 text, gets 4 appointments. Why? Because she has a database. Your customers will forget about you guys. They will. I promise you, if I never sent you another email, again, you'd probably forget about me because there's too much information coming at you all the time. Learn how to read. There's a book called Market Like You Mean It. Let me back up. That was insulting. Take your reading skills and actually read. There's a book called Market Like You Mean It and Marketing Made Simple. In the 1970s, you used to have 500 marketing messages sent to you per day. Today, you have 5,000. How are you going to remember a business if 5,000 new messages are hitting you all the time? There's a lot of personal development with the reticular activating system and how your mind filters shit out. And that's why you have to be different. You have to be outrageous. Look at this Sydney Sweeney ad. It's caused a freaking ruckus. They can't keep the pants on the shelf. Why do they do it? They did it because, well, let's see, I can piss off the left and make $1 billion on the right. But I'll never get the left customers back. Well, they weren't going to buy their shit anyway. So it was just a beautiful marketing tactic. And guess what? Everybody remembers the ad. American Eagle, Sydney Sweeney, Dunkin' Donuts pile on, a couple other companies pile on, and they're just getting smart. You can't please everybody. As a matter of fact, there's an old saying, you can please some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. And if you try, you're going to be depressed. So fuck it. Do what you want. Be outrageous. Get your sales. Make your money. Enjoy your life. If you piss someone off, I got news for you. You're going to piss them off anyway. So do the best you can. Don't try to be insulting. But just know that they're probably going to be
I think it's worth noting. You definitely got to approach it with a mindset of, hey, people are people and not just objects to make money from. They're not little money bags that you're just going to pick their pockets. Especially when you talk about those emailers who are crying right now. Like I wanted to, we kind of went on a huge tangent there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, those emailers. So when you talk about those people going off in those emails and then getting turned off, they're doing a lot of what's called gray and black hat stuff. Which means under the table, having people in foreign countries open their emails and stuff like that. Do you know a lot of those like email black hat, gray hat techniques? And I know that you probably have used them in the past, but I think we've moved away from most of those now.
And you don't have to sit here and detail them or anything like that.
Yes.
Just answer if you know. Like, have you ever really like crossed paths with them or anything? So
let's just get a couple things straight. Black hat does not mean illegal, but it does mean frowned upon. No. So Google and Facebook are not the police, and so you know you're not going to get going to jail if you're a black hat emailer. However, you could get fined because you could be breaking some civil laws. Now, black hatters are the ones that do things like they use warm-up services that use bots to open emails, and there's a warm-up service in India that never works because as soon as the Indians who use VPNs in the US, as soon as those emails stop getting open and you go to your regular list, Gmail, Yahoo, they all catch on. You can't do anything at scale. The only thing that you want to do at scale, and when I say at scale, if you can spend 10 to make 20, then you can spend 100 to make 200, 1,000 to make 2,000, 10,000 to make 20,000. That's what at scale means. Now, or scaling. If you want to scale, you got to do it white hat. There's just no other choice. There are some companies like will do what's called a power MTA. MTA is mass transit, not authority, but mass transit emailer. I don't know why it's an A. I can't remember. But if you use a power MTA, you might be able to email 10,000 people. But if you have 1,000 accounts times 10,000 people, you could get to 10 million people. But of course, you have to be able to have that many email addresses and rotate it, and it's a hassle. Yeah. If you actually took the time to do it right versus trying to do all that black hat crap, you wouldn't have all these problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, you'd send emails to people that want it. You could actually use Lead Branch. Let me tell you why I'm so excited about Lead Branch. Because I can say that if a person's a female in Chicago that has kids, well, guess what? I know what to send them as a follow-up message for education. Pell Grants for single moms. You know what I mean? That would be a perfect thing based on that information. So do you really want to spend all your time trying to figure out how to spam people and knowing that you're going to get shut down and your days are numbered? Or do you just want to build a good business that you can rely on? If you started a Facebook group that had 1,000 new people a day, which is not hard, okay, and you had 1,000 emails a day getting warmed up in 1 month, that's 30,000 subscribers. You'd make $200 a day on 30,000 subscribers, maybe $300 a day if you have targeted information based on what they joined the group for. If you start spamming them dumb shit, they're going to unsubscribe. So you want to keep it smart. You want to do things intelligently, and that's what we don't teach black hat shit. We know it, and it just doesn't work. I mean, let me back up. It will work for a short period of time, but you'll constantly be reinventing yourself and trying to outsmart Gmail. Who do you think's smarter? The 5 million people sitting at Gmail trying to figure out how to stop you, or your dumbass behind a computer? Okay, it's going to be Gmail. So stop trying to outsmart them. Give them what they want. Give them the good open rates. Give them the good IP reputation. Let's not have a lot of spam. Let's not have a lot of garbage. Let's not have a lot of complaints. The thing that they look for is a 0.03 unsubscribe or a spam complaint list, which is 3 complaints out of 1,000. You send 1 million emails, you better not have more than 300 spam complaints, right? Keep your spam complaints down. Well, how do you do that? Only send email to people that want it. Like it's so simple. It's frustrating. But anyways, well, Ali, hope I just answered your question on why this membership's worth it. Don't know if I did. Don't know if it's Ali or Ali or
it's Ali. He's in the chat. Ali, I am going to ask that we try to be a little respectful in the chat. He's all caps telling us to learn to read. We were listening to our guest speak there and not interrupting for the chat. He's asking where he can pay for the Joey Matterhorn membership. Right now, the Joey Matterhorn membership is in a state of a free sign up right now that you can sign up at the Joey Matterhorn website, where we have posted multiple times here on it. Also in the comments there, we've had.
Who got disrespectful?
I don't know.
Someone just typed in all caps. It's all good. I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
Caps lock is a thing.
I just want to let everyone know. I'm going to say something. It might make me sound good. It might make me sound like an asshole, but I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I don't need stress. And what I mean by that is that if you're going to be, if somebody, not saying anybody did anything wrong, but if somebody joins a group and starts badmouth, I don't need your money, bro. Like, I'm going to have 10,000 people paying $99 a month as soon as we launch this membership.
That's what I thought. Jordan misheard this completely. He was just quoting Joe.
It did click after a second because Joe did say, learn how to read. And so now I understand that he is just quoting Joe. It took me a second there. Like, I thought he was saying it to us. Like, we weren't responding to him in the comments.
I knew that immediately. I was really confused. I was like, whoa. But I do get what you mean. Yeah. No, Ali, you're good. You didn't do anything. Yeah. You're literally quoting the man himself. The man himself is a little disrespectful.
I'm sitting here defending, like, hey, man, we'll throw you out on your ass.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, no, Ali's fine.
Yeah, I thought he was just frustrated that we weren't reading the comments, even though I was actively reading. I'm just very nervous about interrupting right now.
And that's okay, Captain Interrupter. We're happy you didn't.
I was going to say, Sarah says one thing, and Jordan's on edge.
I apologize. Yeah. I'm getting.
No, you're good. You were on way longer than we expected you to be, Joe. We really appreciate it. Honored to have you.
Got it, guys. We'll catch up soon.
Catch up soon. Talk to you, Joe.
And Ali, sorry, Ali, I didn't mean to call you disrespectful. Let me jump in the comments.
I saw that and I was like, "Oh, Jordan, I understand where you're coming from," but I also like.
Yeah. As soon as you were like, "I don't think it's disrespectful," and then I was like, "Oh wait, that's exactly what Joe just said." Was like those verbatim, those exact words. I was like, "Oh wait, no, that." But if he hadn't, I would have been justified.
We're ready to throw down. We don't let slander go. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm laughing.
Ali says that they're going to see themselves out. They love the show. I hope that they didn't actually. I hope that they can laugh at me and my idiocy here.
We do appreciate having the comments more than anything else.
That being said, Ali, if you do, I know we've said it a couple times now, if it is something that you're interested in, if you want to learn more about the Joey Matterhorn tool belt, just jump on over there to the site. We've posted it a couple times. I'll go ahead and do it a third time here. JoeyMatterhorn.com, really easy to remember. Head on there. There will be an area to sign up. If for whatever reason you have any troubles with that, there's also a contact email on there. Feel free to shoot an email out to the contact email on that site, and we'll get the ball rolling for you.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, Joey Matterhorn is an idea that we've kind of had out here for a while. We have a Discord dedicated to it. We do have some media buyers who are dedicated to some courses. We've got some videos set up for running you through some ideas on Joey Matterhorn, what you can do. And then we do have these lives. Come join us. Feel free to jump in and ask questions. We will try not to, be a little rude. I will say with Joe, he can be a little aggressive sometimes. He is an owner. He comes in with those ideas, and he likes to monologue a little bit.
As we can see, if you were to take a quote from Joe out of context and make someone else say it, it's very easy to look at that and be like, "What the fuck that person just say to me?"
Exactly. And it's funny because it's so Joe. Like that is just
No,
I love Joe.
It was great. It was great to have him on. I think, very valuable information. I enjoyed hearing about the show. We're a couple weeks removed from it now, but it was still, or are we a couple weeks, or we're just 1 week removed?
It was last week.
It was last week, yeah. But yeah, cool to kind of hear about it. I had a question I wanted to ask him, but that was when the interruption stuff started happening, and so I just buried it deep. I was gonna ask him. So like he was like, yeah, I go there. I try to find like 5 ideas to take home. And I wanted to ask him, was there any ideas that you were like, man, that is interesting. I just don't think that's for me, and like what that was. And just to kind of get an idea for like what else is at the show other than like what he takes home with him, because like all I've ever seen from the show, as being someone who's never been there, is only the stuff that we're like, hey, we're going to adapt this. It would be cool to kind of know what else is there.
Yeah, and I mean, I can get into it a little bit. There's a lot of different things at these types of shows. So I'm glad that Joe clarified talking about the coupon stuff and recognizing that it's a software, not an actual advertiser. So those are 2 very different things, obviously. Offering a SaaS, a software as a service, SaaS, love that term. But offering a SaaS that has coupons is a lot different than offering an offer that is coupons. When an advertiser has an offer, it means they're paying you and you're just placing a link or you're placing an iframe. It's like, hey, put this on your site, copy and paste it onto your site, and then you'll get paid when it gets clicked on. And that is really easy to do. As opposed to a software, a SaaS, where we need to integrate that into our current system and we have to be the ones to kind of finagle that to make it work with what we've got. So those software products, there are a lot of these different software products at these events where it's like, hey, we scrape coupons, we scrape emails, we're able to optimize your Google business profile, we can do your citations, we can automatically do X, Y, and Z. And so there are some of these automations that are really useful for people, particularly like on our call centers. They've been testing AI agents. So if you're receiving inbound calls, you can have an AI agent answer that call and qualify it before it goes to a person. There's a lot of testing on that. There's a lot of software having to deal with these AI agents handling outbound calls. So an AI agent will outbound call when someone picks up. They'll be like, awesome, let me grab you a person. And then they bring a person on. So those are one whole industry. There are also the advertisers, the people who own offers. Mountaintop, that is one of ours. We run a lot of rent to own as well as credit repair offers. There will be companies there for solar, for home services, for pretty much anything out there that you could possibly sell. They'll be out there being like, hey, if you bring us more customers, we'll pay you. Yeah. We fix bathtubs. If you bring us more customers, we'll pay you per bathtub. That exact scenario. And I'd say those are the two major ones.
I'm curious. So, you were going there for a few years in the years prior. We're definitely like currently now in that like AI age, but like you were going as like you were probably going like when AI was right on the cusp.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't even like, it was like you almost more laughed at to be like, hey, I'm using AI for this than it is like, oh, everyone's using AI for this. Did you, was there ever a moment while you were there that felt like it was like, oh, I can see this trending, that this is probably going to be the way it goes? Or was it always like in that stage, was it always kind of something that was like, I like, that's cool, but like probably not the future,
Yeah. So there were a lot of different software products that were using not necessarily AI, but they would call it AI. It was not nearly what it is now.
It's like calling Siri an AI, like Siri was an AI, or was it just like spitting back at you like regurgitated database entries?
Yeah, like when I talk about like those AI agents who answer phone calls and like make outbound phone calls, they didn't call those AI agents. They were just called like digital agents or something like that. And I think the company name was literally Digital Agents. Like that was their whole thing was we create digital agents. They handle outbound, they handle inbound, they do this whole thing. And that's just like one of the major like aspects of what they did, but they didn't use AI. Like you look today and everywhere, everything is using AI. Everyone's saying AI. AI is the top of mind. That's not how it was. That was not how Affiliate Summit was before ChatGPT. Ugh.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I imagine that's everything. Like AI for first everything.
Like I'm at a point now where I'm going to AI to figure out how to use things that don't have AI in them. like even if it's not something that integrates AI, I'm trying my damnedest to integrate AI into it.
Yeah, and I think that's really, important. Being able to be there on AI and like actually talk about it, be able to use it, be able to utilize it, know how it functions and works. It's a lot. It's worth noting. Like, there's definitely a lot that goes into AI. I think a lot of people are saying AI when it's not AI. But you need to have those skills. You need to be on top of it. You need to know what AI is doing in these days and age. I would have been super interested to be on that floor because I'm sure almost every company out there is talking about using AI and having AI. And we optimize our traffic using AI. And we make sure that we only send the proper offers using AI. We reroute thank you pages using AI. And what that basically means is, hey, on this form, I ask, are you a teacher or not? And if you say you're a teacher, I send you to Form A. And if you say you're not a teacher, I send you to Form B. Like, great. Here's our AI. It's not AI. It's a literal decision tree, logic built into the code. But if you can say AI, if you can say that you're routing people to your thank you pages or proper offers using AI, that sounds better to people. It's a buzzword, huge buzzword right now. At least in my experience. I will say I've definitely used a ton of AI. Using AI to understand AI 10 out of 10. I think you sent me an AI like description of one of our client services, and I shortened it and rewrote it with AI, and then I went back in, obviously, and hand wrote it afterwards. But I was like, you gave me all this big block of text. Let me shorten it so that I have the key points.
My favorite thing to do is like if I don't know how to prompt something in one AI, I will like go over to a different AI and be like, hey, if you were talking to this and you wanted to achieve this, this, and this, how would you prompt it?
Oh my God.
Not really because I think that's the most effective way to do it, but it's funny to see what it does.
Well, yeah. And I want to say, so I think we're good on the topics for today. We did not get a chance to go through our script, but we did have Joey Matterhorn himself on.
Yeah. The script was only there as a backup if he didn't show up. So
we were hoping, we were crossing our fingers we were going to get Joey Matterhorn on. When we get him on, it's always a really good opportunity. But just to kind of get through a little bit of what we were wanting to talk about, it's going to be our topic for next week. The core traits and the mindset of a good marketer, how to be a good marketer, how to the types of personalities that make a good marketer. And I think the type of personality who's willing to jump on AI and learn AI and start using AI to answer questions is definitely someone who makes a great marketer. Yeah. I do think the people who overuse AI, like we're gonna end up in some issues. We had a little bit of a fun time. I've been playing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign about pirates recently on Thursdays, and we had a really good session this past Thursday, but the DM is using ChatGPT to basically DM the whole thing and not coming up with any ideas themselves, and it's not very good. I'll be real, it's really difficult to come up with a solid story without any human input at all. And
so there are Ollie and Eric in one.
There are some not great things to do with AI, and there are some things where if you're just shoving things into AI, you're not going to get good answers. Yeah. Like you need to give it more.
So I will use AI like to like give me like names of a village, or like tell me like different locations that you may find in there, but like plot points and stuff like that I try to do all on my own, like or like the way someone will react to something, or like historical backgrounds and stuff, because that's like the fun part for me is like creating that. But not everybody is going to share that. Some people the fun part is like the combat. Some people the fun part is like just creating their characters and stuff like that, and so in the RP, and so not everything. Different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes for different folks.
But like my favorite thing to do, like I've done a couple one shots where it was like, okay, I've had AI make me like a little like print off of like, hey, here's location, like here's like a D20 table of like, here's a bunch of different locations, here's a bunch of different events that can happen. Roll a 20, pick one that you like, and like, or like that'll tell you what happens or where they go and stuff like that. I don't hate that, but I also try to improvise as much as I can in those situations. Like I will take that and be like, okay, how can I make that my own?
And I think it's an active use of AI in critical thinking. I think I'm just seeing a lot recently, and I know we're going to continue to see a lot of this, of one, AI psychosis, and two, critical thinking deterioration. Yes. If you are only using AI and you don't know how to think, that's going to cause a problem. You need to be able to critically think and look at what AI is giving you and understand what's good and what's not good.
I think that that's something that has been, sorry, I just interrupted. I think that is something that has been,
I sense this like shame. You're good. You are 100% fine. We're going to interrupt each other. It's going to happen. I'm not everyone's not coming with their pitchforks. I might rally him if you do it again. Swear to fucking God, no.
Yeah, luckily we only have 2 minutes left. Oh God, and now I'm like drawing a blank. What did I even interrupt? Oh man.
Oh my God, what did I even interrupt you to say?
Yeah,
we were talking about AI and critical thinking.
Yeah. Oh, so I believe critical thinking has been something that has been being damaged basically since smartphones, since you've had Google in your pocket at like a quick just pull it out and like search, and that not to the extent that I think AI is. I'm saying this in full agreement with you, but I think that the start of it happened back in the day when all of a sudden you had the entire internet in your pocket. As soon as that started happening, people have become less and less able to just like figure something out on their own. It's like, well, what does the internet tell me to do? What does AI tell me to do?
And well, I mean, some of that is good, some of that's bad. Like there are going to be changes. AI is going to change how humans function and move through the world. I just really hope that it doesn't get rid of all critical thinking and creativity.
Right.
And I've seen some really not great stuff come from people overusing AI. If you have some time, we're going to end this off. Go look at some AI psychosis stuff. Do some Googling. Don't do some chat GPTing on it. I would be curious what chat GPT has to say if you decide to go through it.
I want to go to chat GPT and ask it like all the critical questions about AI and see what it says. Like, hey, so like what are the effects that like this very prompt is currently having on the rainforest or something?
Oh my gosh. How much water does you answering this prompt cause? Like just straight up. If you do that, comment down below. I'd love to hear a little bit more about it.
I want to know what it says. Let us know in the comments. If you have any questions for Joe himself, and ask him in the comments, we'll send them off to him, and we'll try and get any GPT says everything.
Everything's fine.
You know it. Ollie, I can't tell you how happy I am that you are still in this chat right now.
We were going to end this, and Jordan was going to be like, I feel so bad.
I'm interrupting people. I'm calling out people in the chat for things they didn't do. I was like, I'm just gonna.
It's a Monday. Well, with that, it's been an absolute pleasure, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much, Joey, for being on this episode of Joey Matterhorn, Lunch with the Boys. Got a third boy. It felt really nice. Thanks for joining us, Jordan.
That wasn't the boy. That was the man.
Thanks for not interrupting me while I got that. No, I'm just kidding. But hey, join us next week. We're going to be talking about what makes a marketer. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that business. And we will see you next week. Or tomorrow on the Good Rep Media channel.
Or tomorrow on Good Rep Media. We're definitely going to be live on Good Rep Media. You can check us out at goodrepmedia.com right there. You can also check out Joey Matterhorn at Joey Matterhorn's website. We have gotten word that the sign up button is having a bit of an issue. And by that issue, I mean it doesn't exist. So I'm going to jump right on that and try and get that fixed as soon as I can. But yeah, check us out. Like, comment, subscribe, do the thing. We're doing the thing. We're happy to have you do the thing with us.
Yes, sir. Ali, we will get that form fixed. Until then, I'm going to drop a link for you. And this is my personal chat link. If you go to that, you can chat with me one-on-one, schedule a 30-minute meeting. Preferably don't do it during tomorrow's live. But if you do, maybe that'd be interesting.
I can do it.
Thanks, guys.
I'm cool with it. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys. It's been